Hello and welcome back to the ACT3, the third All Civilizations 1v1 AI tournament in Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I'm your host Wizwag, and today we will conclude the round of 16 with the last 4 matches. We have the Malians going up against the Burgundians, after that the Huns versus the Bohemians, then Goths versus Byzantines, and finally Portuguese versus Chinese. All matches will be played out as best of 3 series. So without further ado, let's head into our first match of today. And on the left side of the map at 9 o'clock, we have in red the Burgundians. And in blue, on the right hand side of the map, we have the Malians. Both going up into the castle age pretty soon. Well, let's see how they open up the match. We have the defensive castle placement on the high ground for the Malians, and an interesting placement for the Burgundians in the middle of nowhere. But there's 2 patches of minerals right down. So that is pretty much secured as long as this one stands. So yeah, also pretty good placement. Malians playing it safe. The high ground advantage will surely come in handy. Malians already building up quite a few military units. Maybe they want to make a quick rush here. And we are already moving out, it seems like. Getting first blood on these units. Burgundians are getting overwhelmed by the situation, but for now we are retreating. $17 units went down there in this exchange, but for now things are getting quiet again. We are pretty much even again. Slight advantage still to the Malians, but nothing too crazy here. Both civs are currently in the SimCity mode, just building up, getting all the resources they can. Malians still with the advantage. So the quick attack at the beginning of the game seems to have worked out. But I believe both are currently aiming to go into the Imperial Age pretty much at the same time. So that's interesting. There's one. And the Burgundians follow, so... Again, slight lead to the Malians. They have around 20 seconds. Of a lead. So let's see how things develop from here on out. But still, anyone's game. Constructing a sneaky siege workshop on the side here. There's still some relics in the map here. There's one, there's another one on the top. Up for grabs, but we finally have a fight developing in the middle of the map. Yeah, the first encounter went the way for the Malians, just trickling in some cavalry units. The siege rams are getting stuck in between the houses. Now the ranged units follow. What is this one here? Why is there a barracks from the Malians here? We will never know. We already have a trebuchet sieging down the enemy castle. That's good, at least. They still have units in their base. Rampaging. Taking out villages and units. There goes the archery. Oh. Now it's trebuchet versus trebuchet. And the Malians, quick thinking, attacking the enemy trebuchet. But the Burgundians somehow target the castle, the stable and the trebuchet, so still full HP. But we have a fight developing up top. Now it's the Burgundians' time to strike back. We have two trebuchets now. They have to deal with that. But the Burgundians are gaining a lead. And also they have economic advantage, as quite a few units are stuck in the castle. Or villages, I should say. Trebuchets are going down quickly. And we have a second castle. This one almost went down, but should get repaired soon. Well, let's see what the Burgundians can do in this situation. Oh no, this trebuchet is back up online. And close to finishing the castle. That's not good. Yeah, that one goes down. Definitely a misplay from the Burgundians. but things are still even. Big fight in the middle of the map. They're just kiting these champions. Taking out the rams on the side, so they can't siege up. Now retreating, as it seems. But 2 trebuchets ran down on the buildings. There goes one house. Look at all these rams. 6 of them. Yeah, this game goes back and forth. But still being even in terms of numbers. Oh no, yeah, that's gonna get destroyed. Unfortunate timing, there it goes. Yeah, they have to defend this. There come the rest of the units. Yeah, the response is non-existent. This castle will go down. Burgundians without at their main defense now have to defend, and it's starting to look dire. The unit count dwindles. There's units everywhere. Yeah, I think that's the beginning of the end. 40 units to 100. And we have rams at the town center already. And that's GG. Alright, on the top left-hand side of the map, we have in red and the Burgundians again. And on the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have in blue the Malians. Second endgame in the best of 3 series. Malians are up 1-0. Decent first game, went back and forth, but Malians overwhelmed them in the end. So let's see how this game develops. Oh, we have a race. Which the Burgundians will win. So let's see what... Yeah, they go back to the defensive positioning. Nothing in range, so no quick siege, but yeah, still pretty good. Location. I'm sure most of the fighting will be down this lane in the middle, so having this one more on the side should be an advantage for the Burgundians later down the line. but we will have to see. We already, we also have a watchtower taking out the scout. Another quick win. Looking better already in this game, at least. Lumber camp in the back rooms here. It's a nice little location. Oh, we have a siege workshop on the high ground. Or already building up some rams. No fight breaking out just yet. Got the crossbowman scout. Burgundians opting for the mangonels instead of rams. We have 3 rams already trickling in to go to the... Never mind, not to the watchtower. Ah, they're trying to rush the town center. No. They move back now. One gets taken out. The indecisiveness cost them already 2 rams. But now we are onto the castle, which should get defended. Not sure why they are retreating. With 3 rams down here. Castle already down half HP. Uh-oh. Just getting close. This one is getting repaired. Okay, the castle. Oh, it's gonna go down to the wire. Well, yeah, this castle should be safe if they keep repairing. But now come reinforcements. Castle's left alone again. And the ramp. Okay, finally gets taken out. Now we have an even fight. But Burgundians retreating again to the safety of the base. They need to repair the castle though. Yeah, these units in the base causing a lot of idle time right now. For these villages. And nothing to defend the castle, it's surrounded by units. Yeah, the Burgundians, not sure what they want to do here in this situation. Castle down to almost 500 HP. There it is. And this will go... Never mind, we are retreating. And we go back. But there's reinforcements. Repairs had begun. And now we are going back in. Finally a big fight develops. No, they are retreating again. Are they trying to keep the units in range of the castle so it can rain down the arrows? But it is going down quickly. Yeah, that's over. So now they have to move out to try to defend. Otherwise, this will be a quick 2-0 win for the Malians in this series. And again, it's looking quite dire. Malians also going into the Imperial Age now. I don't think they need it. Ram at the town center. Units on the fields. Dead villages everywhere. Only 4 units remain. Military units against a 69. There's the Imperial Age. And yeah, more siege rams are going in. But the villagers heroically defend or try to defend their village, but yeah, that's too much pressure trying to defend and repair. But 3 siege rams, just too much, and that will be the game. And we have a quick 2-0 for the Malians in the round of 16. Burgundians are out of the tournament. Malians now waiting in the quarterfinals for their next opponent, which gets decided in our next match between Huns and Bohemians. Alright, on the top left hand side of the map in red we have the Bohemians. Down on the bottom right in blue we have the Huns. Bohemians already going into the castle age. Huns a few seconds behind. Not sure if they can take advantage of that. Let's say the castle placement. Pretty defensive. That's an interesting. Yeah, both opting to go to the sides. Pretty much opposite of each other. We got the villager harass. And they abandon their duties. A new set of villagers goes in, but that pretty much negates the advantage they had. Going into the castle edge, yeah. Huns have the castle up now. Oh, but we have a ram sneaking in. Through this perfectly placed siege workshop. Now another one. And a villager to repair. So rams versus wagons. Oh, one goes down. Now Mangonel's building. Oh, they perfectly kite this battering ram. That was a good play. Now taking out the villager. Yeah, that siege should be over. Whoa! Almost missed that. We have the same shenanigans on the other side of it. They also have a siege workshop right next to the castle, so let's see how this one goes. It seems to go slightly better. The wagons are still taking out the siege workshop, but there's no response from the Huns on the other side of the map. So this castle could go down any minute. Yeah, all these skirmishers got taken out. Villagers abandoning the castle. And yeah, no response. So we pretty much had the exact same strategies, but the Bohemians came out on top. Taking down their opponent. The castle of their opponents. Yeah, this siege workshop has done its job, so... What an interesting start of the game. But look at all these wagons. Yeah, Huns have pretty much no defensive line to speak of. They can just march in to their base. Only a few trees splitting up the units. This could be a quick win here for the Bohemians. Empty fields are never a good sign. Yeah, they pretty much only have wagons here. Now a few skirmishers are coming in as reinforcements. Yeah, this should be game for the Bohemians. 50 units to 20. Things are not looking great here for the Huns. should be GG soon. And look at the expansion here for the Bohemians. They have a massive base compared to that of the Huns. Absolutely no military units left for the Huns. Nothing to defend. Idle villagers. An absolutely one-sided game, which should soon come to an end. Alright, game 2. On the top hand side of the map in red we have the Bohemians. And down at the bottom in blue we have the Huns. Very, very one-sided game, the last one. Huns couldn't do anything. Despite both of them opening up the exact same way, down to the positioning of their castles and the siege workshops. So that was interesting to see. Oh, now, okay, now Bohemians are getting aggressive here. Look at that castle placement. If they can pull it off, that could be massive. Then we have two castles side by side. Again, slight lead for the Bohemians. I'm not sure if they have time to take out the villagers building up the castle in time. We will have to see. Oh, they're not targeting the villagers, so... Oh, maybe? Oh my goodness. Okay, but new villagers are coming in. Okay, it's up. But already slight lead here for the Huns. And I don't think I've seen this constellation before. Pretty much both castles are in enemy territory right next to each other. That's so funny. Here come the wagons. Yeah, just simple exchanges here down here in between the castles. But no one in the lead, pretty much dead even in terms of units. Bohemians slightly higher KD. The Huns have to win this game to stay in the tournament. Otherwise, this will be another quick 2-0. But not looking good. The Huns. How did that happen? Oh! Well, yeah, that's definitely not good. Castle going down. Didn't even see that. The 4 rams quickly take out their opponent's castle. Now, yeah, now the lead just develops and develops. I think this will be another quick game. And this could be the quickest series we've seen so far in the tournament. We had 16 minutes and 9 seconds for the last game. So let's see how the Bohemians try to speedrun this game. Yes, that's pretty much over. Dominant performance here for the Bohemians. And slightly underwhelming performance by the Huns. And that's GG. And in very quick fashion, Bohemians take out Huns and move into the quarterfinals to go up against the Malians. Yeah, 16 minutes and 14 minutes for both of the games. So very decisive win and a scary opponent to look forward to. But we have 2 more matchups today. And the next one being between the Goths and the Byzantines coming up next. Alright, down on the bottom at 6 o'clock we have in red the Byzantines. And up top at 12 o'clock in blue we have the Goths. Both fan favorite civilizations meeting in the round of 16, so only one will go further into the tournament. Both going into the Castle Age now. Both Going side by side again. Pretty much at the same spot. Slight lead for the Goths. Let's see if this is enough of a lead to take out the villagers. Okay, all 5 go down. A new trickle in. Oh, from multiple sides. Oh, they actually abandoned. I'm sure they could have finished the castle. Although that would have meant a few more casualties, probably, but now they have no castle to speak of. Yeah, even the battering ram was confused. They planned with that, but yeah, now the skirmishers and the crossbowmen march across the map. Oh, good start for the Goths in this game at least. Got the lion attack. A lot of zebras. 9, 10. And a fight develops. But where's the rest of the units? Slowly trickling in, that's... Yeah, Byzantines can take advantage of that. Taking out units one by one. They are not out of the game just yet, so they can keep defending the way they do. They can turn things around, but look at the wall of houses this side, splitting up the map. Sending in some units for harassment, which causes a lot of idle time for the Byzantines. So that's a good move. But Byzantines still holding on slightly. Not going down without a fight. But they are pretty much locked into their base. Haven't gone one step further. where more units trickle in from multiple sides now from the Goths. Oh, we finally see some units outside of the base, which quickly get taken out. But yeah, this castle will be a huge issue for them. I'm not sure why they haven't tried to build another one. The Byzantines, that is. And I still believe it was a mistake to abandon the castle. It was close to finishing up, but yeah, that's in the past, so they have to deal with this situation now. Now a big bundle of units come in. Okay, decide to go back again. Goths sneakily go into the Imperial Age. So they play it safe to try to eke out the win here. Byzantines try to fight back. It will be an uphill battle for sure. Imagine mangonel shots in this bundle. That yeah, these houses just soaking up damage, which they desperately need for these units up here. Not sure what that wall is for. Byzantines somehow hold a slight advantage in terms of military units, despite the upgrade advantage for the Goths. This could quickly swing the other way. But at least they are fighting out of range of the castle. So that evens things out a bit more. But Byzantine slowly gaining ground in this game. That would be massive to come back from that position, as they've been contained. There. Pretty much back to even 50-50 split in terms of military and economic advantage. But look at the idle time. 1 hour versus 4 minutes on the Goths. So they definitely still hold on the lead in that. Yeah, these bases are getting quite large, splitting up the map in half. It's getting quite crowded. They don't even have space down the middle to build more units, more buildings. Okay, now a big fight develops. Sending in all the units. But it's hard to even get anywhere through these small corridors in between the houses. But it seems like now with all the upgrades kicking in, the Goths have too much of an advantage. Town center already under siege, so this should be the first game. Alright, game 2 between Goths and Byzantines. And on the left hand side of the map, in blue we have the Goths, who just won the recent game. And down on the bottom right hand side of the map, in red, we have the Byzantines again. Well, it looked pretty even up until the very last moments of the game. Goths quickly took the game with one decisive push in the end, with the upgrade advantage they had through the Imperial Age. Yeah, this time pretty safe placement of the castle. Byzantines go slightly further out. Oh, we have scout harassment. Okay, delaying the castle a bit more. But shouldn't be too consequential. Both castles are up and running. Yeah, that's still in range. That's interesting. So this siege workshop should go down with time. Let's see who makes the first move. Seems like the Goths. but not too effective. Just taking out veteran ram with the manga now. Good shot. Now trying to take out the second one. Yeah, gets repaired again. Wasting quite a few resources, the Goths here. As the Byzantines quickly clean up the last remaining units. Siege workshop down to half HP. Oh, the Byzantines siege up their opponent's castle, but no siege units means they have to return to the base, fight from the distance. Never mind, we are going back in. Yeah, these skirmishers do nothing against the castle walls. Not the best place for both of them this game. So far, at least. Well, let's see if they can clean up the gameplay. Now things go back to even. Yeah, we are exactly even. 44 to 44, 50 to 50. Single unit taking on the castle, but gets chased out. Yeah, so far no one can break through the defensive their opponent, but now comes a big swell of units, but still no siege equipment. If they go all in and surround the castle, they could take it out with time. But having a ram or two would be way more efficient. But they hold the lead now in terms of military units. Oh, there comes a ram. And another one, yeah. So, nothing else happens. This castle should go down. And the lead swinging back to the Goths. Yeah, taking out all the villagers, trying to repair the castle. Oh, a few sneak in. Will it be enough though? Yeah, now they get harassed. A lot of units already in the base. Castle one hit away. Yeah, that goes down. So Byzantines again, pretty much defenseless. Can they hold on in this game? Goths now in the driver's seat. And just their game to win now. And it seems like they want to go up to the Imperial Age again. Just need a bit of gold. So playing it safe again. Trying to go for the upgrade advantage. Or maybe they can just end the game right here and there. There it is. Advancing into the next age. But yeah, Byzantines almost have nothing left in the tank. So again, with one decisive push, Goths turn around the game and take it into their hands. So that's gonna be GG soon. Well, town center gets repaired again. Still hanging in by a thread. But it's looking dire, very dire for the Byzantines. Yeah, here comes the final push. Or maybe not. Retreating again. Not sure what they are waiting for. Two buildings go down at the same time. Okay, now it's time for the final push. Look at all these units. That's a massive siege. Alright, Goths with another 2-0 win against the Byzantines. Before that, Byzantines were in rank 11 in overall win rate, while Goths were in rank 17 with a dead even 50% win rate. But after these two matches, Goths are now in rank 6, while the Byzantines dropped down to rank 12. So that's a slight upset here in the round of 16. But we have one more game to go. Portuguese versus Chinese. Alright, on the top left hand side of the map in blue we have the Portuguese. And down at the bottom in red we have the Chinese. Both advancing into the Castle Age at the same time. So no advantage there. First game in the series. And the Chinese have an uphill battle to fight here, as they are currently only in rank 23 out of all civilizations, with a 43.48% win rate, while the Portuguese have a win rate of 75.69% win rate, currently in rank 11. Oh, interrupting the villager. Going to the castle. Can't get the kill though, but this will delay the castle slightly. That is a bold lumber camp. Yeah, that's not staying long. Portuguese should get their castle up first. Should also be in range of this archery range. Yeah. And these villages are definitely in danger here. Let's see how the Portuguese deal with that. They retreat. Getting a quick upgrade in. Already building a wall on the side here. Just a little skirmish. Staying outside the range of the castle. So Portuguese currently in an advantageous position here. Very nice repairs. Oh. Seems we are moving out with the skirmishers and crossbowmen. This could snowball real quick here. The Chinese are not careful. Archery range goes down. Castle is surrounded, but yeah, still healthy. Castle starting to catch fire. In terms of numbers, we are still relatively even. Chinese even trading in terms of points, going back and forth. Portuguese retreating now to recuperate their losses. Good defense here for the Chinese. Let's see how their base develops. What's up with you, sir? Yeah, having a good time, it seems. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting move here. Even the villager to repair. I'm not sure why they are fixated on this lumber camp in particular, but holding the frontier, going on the offensive. But yeah, not too effective. They don't have much left in the tank. Portuguese now really pulling up ahead. At least they are still even in economy. Seems like the Portuguese are trying to build up to the next age. Or maybe not, they just spent all the gold. Now following up with a ram, they are trying to take down the castle and maybe end the game. They have a massive lead now. 60 units to 18. Here come the rest of the reinforcements. Have trouble to get around the bushes and trees here. But yeah, this castle is going down quickly. Nothing they can do about it. And I think this will soon also be game. I'm not sure how they want to hold on. Yeah. Getting surrounded now. Battering ram on the town center. Got taken out, but down at half HP. Units are also closing in. The numbers are dwindling. This should be GG soon. Oh well, I've been muted, so sorry for that. I've been talking and talking, but yeah. I like this castle placement a lot more. Just behind the tree, so units have to wrap around to get there. Cannot take the direct path. The castle, the Chinese, is slightly out of the way. Maybe to secure the gold, but yeah, I don't think it's too effective. But let's see how it develops. Portuguese currently up 1-0. They can afford to get aggressive. The organ guns outranging the castle, so they stay safe, can harass their opponents a little bit. Well, he stepped into range. This archery range will soon rumble. Yeah, this trickling in of units, not the best idea. Just pull them here and go all in. There goes the archery range. Portuguese playing it safe. Building up their units. Now it seems like they go in. Monk, maybe on, yeah. Probably wanting to get that relic here. Good move. But a fight develops in the middle. And absolute slaughter here for the Portuguese. Yeah, I think that game is already over, it seems like. Absolute dominance. Yeah, just bypassing the castle, just ignoring it, just distracting with a few units, but they have carved the way into the base of the Chinese. That's why I said this castle placement is not the best. 12 units to 52. That's a massive lead. Playing it safe again. Pulling back the units. And then probably going in for one last push. Very good performance here for the Portuguese. Could be a quick 2-0 again. So a lot of strong civilizations will meet up in the quarterfinals. What's going down here? Good harassment tactics here for the Portuguese. And they also advance into the Imperial Age already. So that should definitely cement their lead with all the new upgrades kicking in. lot of siege rams already built up. 7 at the moment. One last desperate attempt. At least they have 2 siege rams. If they act quick, they could take down the castle. But they have to be decisive. Yeah. Another one. But yeah, look at all these rams. Oh. Yeah, no, that one's going to the scrapyard. Trebuchet. But maybe they trade at the castles. Let's see. Yeah, Castle of the Chinese take a lot more damage. Takes a lot more damage. And this one even gets repaired, so yeah, no hope of getting it down now. Single villager repairing. Yeah, these rams getting taken out. It's not good. Still slowly chipping away, but for how long though? Look at 9 rams for the Portuguese here. Ram versus ram battle. Valiant effort, but yeah, I think that attack is over. Now we should see the last push to end the game. And that's GG. And the last game of the round of 16 went in favor of the Portuguese, taking out the Chinese 2-0. And with these 2 wins, the Portuguese catapulted themselves into rank 4. So they look like a tournament favorite already. And in fact, out of the 8 civilizations we have left in the tournament, we have rank 1 through 7 represented here. The single outlier are the Spanish, which are currently in rank 13, outside of the top 10. So the first matchup, Vikings versus Spanish, will be between rank 6 and 13. So on paper, the Vikings should be the favorite. But the next game could be a grand finals match. Celts versus Inca, rank 2 versus rank 3. Inca currently at a win rate of 71.88%, and the Celts slightly behind at 70.59%. But then we have the Malians going up against the Bohemians, and the Bohemians are currently in rank 1 with a overall win rate of 81.82%, but they've played the least amount of matches, 11 matches in total, while, for example, the Inca have already played 32 matches. They've been around a lot longer for these tournaments the past years, but still the Bohemians show a very good performance right off the gate. Malians currently in rank 5 with a win rate of 64.52%. And then in the last matchup we have in the quarterfinals is Goths versus Portuguese. Goths in rank 7 with a win rate of 62%, and Portuguese after the sweep against the Chinese now with a win rate of 68%. All of these civilizations at the top of their game, also showing consistent results across all tournaments. So I'm looking forward to the quarterfinals. But that is it for today. And with that, thank you for watching and see you next time.